Well, welcome to the Friday Bubble. Today we're taking you to the north side of the Montagne de Reims in Rilly la Montagne and to Vilmart. And Essi was the one who encouraged me to look at these champagnes. I tasted them a few times over the years and I was a bit slow coming to the game here. Having tasted them a little bit recently, I'm really pleased that we now have these. So thank you, Essi, for nudging me and suggesting we have these champagnes. They have 11 hectares. And so a reasonable size, and I thought it'd be really nice to taste their non-vintage, their regular brut non-vintage, versus their 2018. So Essi, tell us a little bit about Vilmart, because you've been there quite a few times.
Yes, absolutely. They are one of my favorite growers. I'm especially impressed by the precision in the making. Laurent Chan is today in charge and has been, I think, since 1989, and now his son Thomas has joined the business as well. I think they are really masters in handling oak in Champagne without any negative oxidative impacts there. And actually all of Vilmart wines are born in oak, but different sizes and ages of oak. So we're going to start with the Grand Reserve, the non-vintage, which is born in large oak vessels. And then we go to the vintage, which is then small 228 liter barrels, but as this is like their entry-level vintage, the oak isn't as new as in some of the cuvées, like the Grande cuvée, which is, one could say that when it's young, it is really oaky. So yes, interestingly, as you said, all of their 11 hectares are really close to the winery. All are within Rilly la Montagne, so we're really tasting the village here. What's also unusual is that it's on the Montagne de Reims, which is considered more a Pinot Noir territory than Chardonnay. But out of Vilmart plantings, it's 60% Chardonnay and 40 Pinot Noir. And actually, this duo we are tasting, they're sort of a little bit contrary to each other, because in the non-vintage, it's 70% Pinot Noir. It's really the only champagne only white champagne of Vilmart that is Pinot Noir dominant. And the other one, the Grand Cellier d'Or, is 80% Chardonnay, 20% Pinot Noir.
Fascinating thing, I've had a little sneaky taste beforehand. The Pinot Noir really dominates this. There's 30% Chardonnay. I struggle to find the yellow fruit. There's really spicy, really rather beautiful, dark fruits in this. So everything from plums and cherries and...
Yeah, but don't you love how finely integrated that little whiff of oak?
Just a little spice.
Yeah, just a little spice. And at the same time, there's like no oxidative impact on the wine. I would call it more reductive than oxidative in its style.
And you said a mix of barrels, so it's bigger ones?
No. This is large.
Oh, this is also okay. I love the palate, and I'm going to have to squint at the bottle because I can't remember the facts on this one. The dosage seems beautifully light. I have just reminded myself, so they're non-malolactic, and there is 8 grams. The 8 grams just seems disappeared. You can't taste it at all.
Yeah, they're very, very crisp. I'm getting a little bit of that Chardonnay more on the palate, because there is a certain verticality to it on the palate. And then of course you have really that brightness of fruit, just even made more vibrant because of the non-malolactic nature of the wine. I think it's if you think this is the starting point of the range, I think it's fabulous.
I love the fruit. It's quite playful, and I think that's the forward fruit. I think the palate finish is lovely and dry, and it's got this rather lovely spicy finish to it. It's a rather beautiful texture.
An amazing length for just the entry level wine. It's gorgeous.
Two really.
This one is actually based on 2020, isn't it, with 19 and 18, so we actually have 3 really nice vintages in it.
Right, so to me, that's a brilliant example of nice, clean, as Essi said, beautiful winemaking actually, and the oak handled really sensitively. 2018, now, there was a little bit of the 2018 in the first blend. 2018 as a vintage potentially is quite interesting, Essi. Tell us a little bit about.
Yes, so very interesting year because it was a really warm harvest and at the same time, huge yields. So there's always, when you have such huge yields, that everyone is, trying to find vessels where you can put that extra volume what they got that year. There's the question of dilution. Will there be dilution? And well, let's taste if we have any. So this one is 80% Chardonnay, so quite unusual. And then
it's got the most beautiful aromatics. I haven't tasted it yet. I just got that, I'm going to call it lemon richness. There's a sort of like almost a little custardy twist to it. You know how things get beautifully ripe lemon.
And don't you just love again the use of oak? It's not, it doesn't jump out of the wine at all. It is there, but it's
very sensitive, and I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Incredibly pure again. As with most of their wines, I think they're all non-malolactic. The dosage is 7 grams on this one. It's all 2018. Now 18 was a relatively warm year, but this is on the north sort of facing hillsides.
Yes, and we have to remember that there's no malolactic fermentation here, so it's super crisp. I must say I love it. It's really succulent, very mineral towards the end. Very, very long, super clean until the very finish. Brilliant winemaking. And
there's some little hints of richness in here, so you can taste the sort of tropical notes. There's definitely some grilled pineapple in there. I'm almost getting that sort of mango. I'm thinking of a lychee actually is what I was trying to remember. There's some really beautiful little tropical notes, and I think because it's got non-mallow and sensitive use of oak, it's all displaying itself, isn't it?
Very seamless, very harmonious, very elegant.
Now these are quite young. I don't have the experience with this.
Oh, they age beautifully. They are amazing, and they also, make little small amounts of long yeast, longer aged cuvées. So which you can also get into your assortment soon.
Now we ought to just mention, because it's becoming more and more important these days, is they have obviously been sustainably growing their grapes for many, many years. They have the HVE certification. Tell us a little tiny bit.
Well, they have both VDC and HVD, so both the certifications that they widely nowadays use and encourage in Champagne. But before, actually, Laurent's time, it was really organic, and if I remember correctly, also biodynamic. But Laurent hasn't been so willing to follow those, such strict rules, but really believes in sustainability.
Brilliant. They are. While Essi was telling you, I'm retasting the Chardonnay dominant, the Cellier 18. It's got such beautiful mouth impact. It's got that beautiful round, soft, and finishes beautifully fresh. You've actually given this quite a nice score, the Cellier 2018. You gave it 93, potential for 94. So I think it's fair to say that helps put sort of a number to it. It is really nice champagne. If we're taking one to lunch, Essi?
Well, I will definitely be taking the Grand Cellier d'Or.
I'm going to be wrestling you for that one. So thank you for taking me into Vilmart, and hopefully we've given you a little bit of insight into this beautiful grower on the north side of the Montagne de Reims. Happy Friday, everybody.